You can spread out, come into a symmetrical, relaxed position. Either close your eyes or take a soft gaze and come back to a nice slow rhythm with your breath. You can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus, and feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you. Let's slide arms overhead, stretch out long through your arms and legs, fingers and toes. Interlace your fingers, press out through your palms, flex your feet, reaching through the heels of your hands, the heels of your feet. And then release and bring your right knee to your chest. Give that knee a good squeeze in, maybe a little jiggle or rock, releasing deep into your hip crease. And then straighten the right leg up, flex and point your foot. Circle your ankle, a couple big circles. Bend your knee in, open your knee out to the right, and then straighten part way or all the way out to the side, grounding down through the back of the left leg. Bend your knee in and guide it across, spinal twist. Open out through your right arm. Let your knee and shoulder reach away from one another. And staying in your twist, try straightening your right leg on a low diagonal, right arm on a high diagonal. Roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. Take a little circle or rock with your knees. Grab hold of just the left knee. Drop the right leg long. Squeeze this knee in close as you can. Straighten the left leg up, flex and point. Circle. Couple big circles both directions. Bend your knee in, open your knee out to the left, and then straighten part way or all the way out to the side, grounding down through the back of the right leg. Let's release, bend the left knee, take it across, spinal twist. First with a bent knee, feeling this, what's here. And then try straightening. Left leg on a low diagonal, left arm on a high diagonal. Fingers and toes reaching away from one another. And then release, roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in, little circle or rock. Drop your feet to the floor. Let's get set up for some core work. Start by drawing your belly in, pressing the lower back down from the inside. Interlace fingers behind your head. Exhale, lift, head and chest up. Inhale, release down. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Let's take 2 more like this. Last one. Now bring the right knee in, left elbow across so they come towards one another, and then stretch it out long. Knee in, reach it long. Knee in, reach it long. Knee in, reach it long. One more. Same thing other side. Left knee in, right elbow across, and then stretch it out long. Knee in, reach it long. Knee in, reach it long. Knee in, reach it long. In and out. One more. Stretch long through arms and legs. Knees in. And then make your way up to sitting. Let's come on to hands and knees, tabletop. If you would like to pad your knees and you have something, you're welcome. Hands right under shoulders, knees under hips, fingers spread wide. And we'll take a few rolls through the spine, starting by lifting head and tailbone arching, and then round. Arch and curve. Arch and curve. Now arch and send the right leg back, knee to chest. Extend. Dip down, shift your weight forward, bend your elbows straight back, dip part way or all the way to the floor, push up from there, knee in. Extend. Go forward to dip down. If going all the way down is too much, just do what feels right. Maybe it's just a couple of inches. Press up from there, knee in. Extend. One more time, dip down. Press up, knee in. Extend and then roll the hip open, reaching toes to the side wall. And you can stay here on 2 hands or reach your hand back, kick your foot into your hand. And then gently release, arm forward, leg back, square off shoulders and hips and lift the whole thing up. Whole spine a little longer, higher away from the floor. Release. Sink back to child's pose and give that right wrist a little circle or rub or shake out. Let's lift up, table. Inhale, lift, head and tail. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Now inhale, arch, and send the left leg back. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, extend. Shift your weight forward, bend the elbows straight back, dip part way or all the way to the floor, and then press up from there, knee in. Extend. Go forward to dip down, slow and smooth. Press up, knee in. Extend. One more time, dip down. Press up, knee in. Extend, and then roll your hip open. You can stay here with both hands on the floor or bring your right hand back, catch your foot, kick your foot into your hand, lifting up away from what's on the floor. And then gently release arm, forward leg back, square off shoulders and hips, lift away from the floor. Release, hands and knees, sink back to child's pose and give that left wrist a little rub or circle. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left and then pull back through the right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. And then back to center. Lift up through table and let's come into down dog. Lift the hips high. You might pedal out your feet a little bit here. Waking up the backs of the legs, the feet. And then walk your hands and feet towards one another to hang in ragdoll. Feet hip width apart, parallel. Any arm position, any movement. Bend your knees, roll up. Let's come all the way up to standing. We'll separate the feet wide, coming into a horse stance. So we'll turn the toes out, open the knees as wide as they'll go, and then have the toes point the same direction as the knees. And you can decide how low you want to go, but make sure your knees aren't going forward of your toes. So if they are, bring your feet a little further. So knees are more or less above the ankles. Try and have neutral pelvis, strong core. And we'll stay here long enough that you may get tired. So if you start to fatigue, you can come up, take a little rest, and then come back down. And it's not a big deal, resting or not. So this can be an exercise in listening and taking care of yourself and not letting it be a a big deal that you do. So while we're here, let's take some arm stretches. So you can bring one elbow on top of the other, and then if you can, bring the palms together, putting some pressure between the arms, spreading the upper back. And if there's any movement you want to take, arching or curving or little circles, you're welcome. Sinking low or resting at any time. Notice which elbow is on top, and then take a few gentle swings. We'll bring the other elbow on top. Pressure between the elbows, spreading the upper back, and you might feel heat building. Again, anytime you need a break, you can straighten your legs and then maybe come back down if you're able. While you're feeling all that sensation, can you relax your face? And then release the arms, couple gentle swings. And then let's straighten the legs. Turn the feet so they're parallel, heels out, toes in. We'll take hands to the top of the buttocks, take a little upper back arch. Lift your heart. Take it as high as you can. And then release. You can bend your knees a little and fold forward, letting the head hang. If it's difficult to reach the floor and you want to grab a block for your hands, you're welcome to. You can also bend your knees a little or a lot. You can take your feet closer or further. Let's lengthen out to a flat back. If your back isn't flat with your hands on the floor, you can either use a block to bring your hands higher or bend your knees a little more. So a nice flat back. We're going to bring one hand to the floor, the center of the chest, and the other hand can start at your lower back, start to roll open through the top shoulder. And then extend the top arm high, going towards a flat back, towards a straight line from one arm to the other. And they may or may not be straight lines, but that's what we're going towards. Last breath here. Release. Switch sides, other hand to the center, other hand to your lower back or sacrum. Roll open through the top shoulder and then extend that top arm high, going towards straight long lines, one arm to the other, head to tailbone. And then release. Hang and ragdoll, let go. You can walk both hands over towards one foot. You might take hold of it or just go in that direction. Seeing what you feel when you're here, whatever you notice. Come through center and over to the other side. Just being curious. Your body moves in lots of different ways, some of which you're probably familiar, some of which are yet to be discovered. Seeing what you notice here. Let's come back to center. And we'll toe heel feet in so they're about hip width apart, maybe a little wider, and then lower the hips. Come into a squat malasana. If it's difficult to get the heels on the floor, you're welcome to put something under the heels like a blanket or sit on a block or turn your feet out more. Then we're going to open up the knees using the elbows. Roll the shoulders back and down. We'll work our root lock here, Mula Bandha, same as a Kegel exercise. As you exhale, draw the pelvic floor muscles in and up. As you inhale, release that. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. And then engage and keep holding, keep breathing, drawing in strongly through the bottom and connecting that up to the top, feeling the full length and space of your torso, your spine. Let's release. We'll come to sitting. You can bring the soles of the feet together. Feel free to sit up on something, a little lift under the hips. You can grab your toes or your ankles with that grip, lengthen, and fold. Elbows can push into the legs, or if it works better for you, you might lean into hands or elbows. Bring the upper body back up. We'll come back onto our backs. Bring your knees in. We'll circle or rock. Drop your feet to the floor. And we're going to press the feet down to lift hips high. Come into a bridge pose. You can interlace fingers behind your back, shrug your shoulders underneath you. Spreading upper back and lower back away from one another. Hips as high as you can. And then take your arms out of your way. Roll down and rest. Want to take one more, you can take one more, same thing, or any other back bend you know or want to try. Feeling what you're doing, listening for good timing, how long do you want to stay? When the pose feels complete, come down and rest. Let's take a happy baby pose. Grab the soles of the feet on the inside, press the knees towards the floor. You can keep your legs bent or straighten them one at a time or together, part way or all the way. And then just check in with your body to see what else you might be needing to feel complete in your practice. And take a twist, and take an inversion, a restorative pose. Is there a part of your body that needs something? Take your time winding down in your way. And eventually settle into a symmetrical, relaxed position. Letting go. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Move your wrists and ankles and take a big stretch out. When you're ready, bring your knees in and roll to one side. Use your hands to help you up. And bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks for joining me today.